Happy Sunday, everybody. Can y'all hear me?
Blessed
Sure.
Sunday.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
yeah, we
All
got
right.
you.
Happy Sunday. Happy Sunday. Yesterday's training was amazing. Um, for the simple fact, when I put the training out there for those who were doing 5,000 or less, we had more people on there than people that did more than 5,000. So it was 81 people on yesterday. We had 14, 15 in the office. And when I put the training together, I wanted it to be something different. I wanted it to be something that, this ain't about how to sell. This is about changing your whole mental mindset, what you believe you can do. And I think we did have some agents that hit me up and said, hey, that's what they needed. They glad I did it. So I did it for you. I did it for the team. But we're gonna kind of recap a couple of things. And if you didn't get a chance to write down, first of all, how many of you had a chance to do that video I told you to do and play it this morning? How many?
I did.
Fi- Okay, okay, we got
Yes,
one. One
sir.
person did it. All right. Now we got a new agent on the team. His name is Chris. And Chris sent me his 90-day plan. He sent me his hours because he works a job. He's planning on, 2 days a week he's gonna have to tackle. But he also sent me a statement like why I am where I am. Why I am where I am. Remember the video? That's what I said. And it said the reason why I am here is where I am is because of me. And the reason why I'm in this position, good, better, and different, is because of the decisions I made. I'm tired of just settling, and I'm tired of doing everything myself and doing it my own way. I'm tired of letting my ego set me back. In the next 90 days, I'm going to make huge changes in my life. I will deposit XYZ in my bank account. I'm going to stick to a system and a schedule for me and my business. And he sent that statement, which means I know he shot that video. So when I said that video, the reason why I said it is because you have to see yourself. When you get discouraged, we say go look in the mirror. It's you. That cliche I hate. The only competition is you. That's bull crap. That's bull crap. When I compete for a job, I'm compete against somebody else. It ain't me. I compete against somebody else. Invincible ain't competing against Invincible. We compete against other agencies in life insurance space. But we let the excuses of why we can't do stuff affect us. And we also lie to ourselves about our abilities instead of taking ownership. So please shoot that video tonight. Play it for yourself tonight. Play it for yourself in the morning. Whenever you feel down, you ready to quit, play that video, look at yourself, saying those words to yourself, and it will have an effect on you in a positive way. It'll make you stick to what you said you were going to do. So I'm excited to see you in the next 90 days where we go with this team. Our goal was 15 million, and we way behind that. We way behind that. So I did that training because you can't keep doing the same thing and expecting things to change. That's the definition of insanity. So in order for us to change, in order for you to change, we had to do something different, something special. So tonight, what we're gonna do is we're gonna recap and put together a plan. We're gonna put together a lead plan. We're gonna put together a plan with like what did you get out of it? And I'm gonna pick on a couple of agents just to kind of recap what they got out of it, what's their plan for the next 90 days. And then we'll go from there. So Brandon Finley, I see you on the screen, but you knew I was gonna call you. So, what is your plan? What did you get out of the training yesterday? What's your plan for the next 90 days, personal wise, as well as building your agency?
So personal wise, I want to see a level of me that I know I can be. So what does that look like? That's holding myself accountable on multiple different platforms. Like for example, when it comes to building an agency, I'm not being passive with letting people know what I do and building my agency. I'm letting people understand that this is not just an opportunity; it's a once in a lifetime chance. So I'm making sure that everyone that I come across, I'm making sure they understand what I do, and if this is not for them, this is not for them for opportunity wise, but it's also an opportunity for me to protect what's important to them. So when it comes down to it, everyone knows somebody, and I want to make sure I get the chance to meet that somebody. So that's my focus on that. To put it into action plans, what I have in place, I want to be issue paying 35,000 a month. That's my goal, 35,000 a month. And so my drop dead is 25.
Let's start right
Okay.
there. All right. Do
Mm-hmm.
you know how many leads you need to do that on a weekly basis? So maybe that'll help some of the agents on the team who have goals. So on a weekly basis, do you know what your average AP is right now?
Yes, my average AP is $115 a month.
So 115 times 12, what is that?
115 times 12 is 1380.
13. So your average premium is 1380. All right. So team, what we're gonna do, we're gonna show you how to reverse engineer your goal. So you need to know what your average premium is. That's monthly premium times 12. Brandon's is 13. You said 1380. That's good.
1380.
That is good because I remember when, and I'm gonna tell you something. When I hit Hall of Fame, my average premium was about $95, and it took me doing 5.6 apps per week, 5.6 a week. It didn't take a whole lot. It was 5.6 a week. So if Brandon's doing 1380, he's actually ahead because my average premium was about 1100 than what mine was back then. So Brandon, let me ask you this: how many leads do you need to purchase on a weekly basis, and how many applications? We talked about action. It ain't just it's about output. So how many applications you need to submit weekly to hit that goal of 35,000 a week? Come on.
So my numbers were, so I need to submit at least 9 apps. Well, it's really 8, but at least 9 apps a week. So if I did 8 apps, 1380 times 8,
Mm-hmm.
that's 11. That's 11. It's 11,000. 4 weeks in a month. That puts me at 44.
It puts you at 44. So it puts you a little over.
Mm-hmm.
Puts you a little over. So let's do the math. So he said 35,000 deposit, right?
35,000 deposit, not issue paid. Deposit.
That issue paid. So I want y'all to understand that. So he said 44,000 issue to deposit 35,000. It's gonna be about 8 to 9 apps a week. How many leads does it take for you to get 8 apps a week?
I'm sorry. Say what you said? How many leads? How many leads is it?
How many leads would it take you to get 8 apps a week?
So I have to purchase at least 40 leads a week.
Boy, and we talking about real time, real time.
I purchase on Sundays and Wednesdays, 20 a piece.
Okay, let me ask you this. Right now, with that real time purchase, how many apps are you submitting a week right now?
At this time, I'm only submitting about 5.
All right, let's part right there. Y'all understand what we're doing? Does everybody understand what we're doing right now? I see y'all right, and I want y'all to understand.
Yes.
So he said his goal is to submit 8 a week. Right now, he's only buying about 80 leads a week. It's giving him 5. Submit.
40.
So
40 leads.
40. He went 40 leads a week. 40 leads a week. Just giving him 5 submit. So it ain't rocket science. How many leads does he need to buy to get 80? So when you know your numbers that like that, you can hit any goal you want to hit in this insurance space. He knows his numbers. But if I ask you, what are your numbers, Jacqueline, could you break it down what your numbers are like that? Frank, if I say, what are your numbers? Could you break it down to those numbers? So what we do is we say, I'm gonna do 60,000 next month. You don't know your numbers. You don't know how many leads you need. You don't know where you are currently. Brandon knows exactly that 40 is giving him 5. So if I'm gonna do 80, it ain't rocket science. If I'm gonna do eight a week, I need another 40. So when agents say, I'm going to hit this number, and I say, no, you're not, because you don't know your numbers. We fooling ourselves and we lying to ourselves. So we got to get past the lies tonight. If you do not know your numbers like Brandon knows his right now, you will not hit any goal that you set for yourself in the next 90 days. You just talking, and it sounds good. But it sounds good to you, but it sounds like trash to me because you don't know your numbers. Because I learned from my mentor what my numbers were, so I knew what I needed to hit. When I raced for Hall of Fame, yes, it was a long time ago. When I raced for Hall of Fame, I was 225,000 out with 3.5 months to go. And I knew my numbers, and I said, okay, I need to do X, Y, Z. I said, I need to submit 25,000 a week. How can I do that? I said, you know what? I need to spend $2,000 a week on leads. I'm gonna run 7 days a week. My average premium is 1182. Okay, so I need to submit 25,000 a week. So I'm looking at submitting about 14 to 15 applications a week. And I did that, and I reverse engineered back, and that's how I hit. So anytime you're setting a goal, whether you're trying to go Hall of Fame, you're trying to set a financial goal, you have to know your numbers in order to reverse engineer it back so you get your numbers. So Brandon, so what is your plan now? Since you just said that, are you gonna buy 40 new leads?
I have to buy more than 40. So what I've been working on and this is great coaching. Thank you. I'm trying to get better at closing. That was my mindset. My
Mhm.
mindset was if I'm spending the bread the way that I am, and based on this conversation, it seems like maybe I need to invest more based on the numbers. But I also was thinking that I need to get better at closing, because if I can get better at closing, then that too can offset a lot of my disadvantages. Would you not
Okay.
agree?
Yeah, you need to get better at closing. But how do you get better at closing? By talking to more people. So how do you talk to more people? You buy more leads. If I'm a boxer, how do I get better? I, I got to spar more. Shadow boxing ain't gonna do it. I have to spar. So how do you get better closing? Well, you gotta talk to more people, and therefore you can close more. So get that out of your head. If y'all thinking I gotta get better at closing, I gotta get better on the phone, how you gonna get better if you ain't talking to nobody? You have to buy more leads to give you more opportunities to get better at closing. Therefore, you talk to more people. It's practice. We talking about practice right now, not the game. You get better in practice. The more you practice something, the better you get. If you practicing every day because you talking to, you say, I'm gonna do eight a week. If you're talking to 7 to 8 presentations a day versus two, you're gonna close more because your curve is getting better. You're talking to more people. And as your curve gets better, your closing gets better. So therefore, I don't need to, I don't need to work 7 days a week because I'm so good now. I can work 4 days, get the same reps that I used to get in seven. But you can't master getting better at closing talking to the same 7, 8 people a week. It's not enough opportunities. You spar with the same guy who has the same mechanics, who's not a southpaw. Then you go up against a southpaw, you get knocked out because you won't practice it and sparring with the southpaw. So you need more leads. So if anybody else out here thinking, I get better at closing, I'll get better, you can't get better if you ain't talking to nobody. Guess what? You need more leads. Now, Brandon, what leads are you buying right now? Let's
Real
talk about
time.
that. What real time, but what type? Final expense, veterans, IUL, what are you doing?
I've been doing final expense real time. Gold
Okay.
leads.
I'm gonna make a suggestion for you. Let's see if my leaders agree. Don't you think it's time for Brandon to touch on veteran leads?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely. You know why? Because veterans got money. Most of them got money. Number two, you ain't gonna run into the direct express. You ain't gonna run into the one who got the missing kneecaps and the missing toes, and they think they can get this, and they don't want. You ain't gonna run into that. So what you should do is keep your 40 that you buying at 40 veterans. Your AP is gonna go up, your clothing is gonna go up, and a lot of those veterans gonna wind up being final expense, or they could be IUL opportunities. And some of those veterans got TSPs that can wind up being an annuity opportunity. Can't keep playing in the minor leagues, expecting to be in the major leagues. If you add veterans, your AP gonna go up. You'll hit your goal. You'll hit your goal. You got any questions?
No, I'm taking notes. I mean, I'm doing the reverse engineering. I need to change up my lead flow. I need to change up how much I'm spending on the leads to get more diversified leads, increase my average AP, and how many leads that I'm purchasing.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Anybody else, I appreciate you, Brandon. 90 days, I can see you doing more than 40,000, like easy. If you stick to that and you follow and you stay coachable, which I know you are, and you stick to your schedule, non-negotiables, some things you can't do. Like you had a conversation with your man, I'm on a 90-day run, then you'll hit that goal. I can't take you to every practice, but I'll be at your games. I can't go to every recital. I mean, every rehearsal, but I'll be at the recital. I might not cook for you tonight, but guess what? I'm gonna take you out to dinner on Saturday. You had to have non-negotiables and talk to your family on this 90-day run. Because if you run this 90 days, it's gonna change your life. But if you keep letting excuses and non-negotiables get wiped out because you got to do X, Y, Z, so you won't make this run and you won't hit those goals and you'll be frustrated. And I'm talking to everybody on this zone. You got to talk to your family. I got a 90-day run, non-negotiables. I'm sorry, I got to do this. You know why? Because I want to make sure you got the best Christmas ever. Because if you run like this, your family will have one of the best Christmas they ever had. You ain't got to tell them, you know what, baby, we'll see. Well, maybe next year. You got a birthday coming up. Maybe for your birthday we can do it. No, you'll be able to go on this run and be able to really bless your family if you do this stuff. So appreciate you, Brandon. Anybody else? Um, Give me some takeaways you got from yesterday And if you want to comment on what I just did, if you want to see what you need to do to hit your goal.
Yeah, I think yesterday was good. When I watched the video, it wasn't right when I got up, but it was later in the day. I kind of looked at myself and I just started thinking about it's a real good way to reflect on yourself, to kind of see yourself from someone else's eyes. And sometimes the way we view ourselves may not be consistent to how other people view us. And so it was just like, man, that guy is underachieving. Like when I watched the video,
Of
I was
yourself.
just,
Of
what'd you say?
yourself.
Yeah.
Talking the video of you talking to you. Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, it's like that knucklehead, man. Like he need to get his shit together, you know,
Mm,
put his ego aside and just be fearless and don't let nothing interfere. Don't let no outside noise interfere and just take charge. So, man,
mm.
you talked about a lot of stuff that's going on. Whatever the issue is, just conquer it. But it's imperative to always do that. Remind yourself and only surround yourself by people that are going to contribute to your peace. If they don't, totally just cut them off, relatives or
Absolutely.
whoever. Now, only
Absolutely.
only one I won't cut off is my son. But other than that, you know, that's it. No matter what, any friends, whether it's platonic, romantic, whatever, women cut them off if they're not going to add something positive. So, because that stress you can carry over to my business, and that's a mistake I made in the past. I think we
Absolutely.
talked about that, Kendall.
Yeah, you have, and you changed. You changed. One thing, Malik, you talked about cutting people off, but I want to also say this thing: you can't listen to people who don't have the lifestyle that you want. You can't keep listening to the people who not living the lifestyle, have the lifestyle that you want. Like financially ain't good when you don't listen to them. They ain't good in relationships. You're gonna listen to them. You can't listen to those people. You gotta listen to somebody who's where you want to be in order for you to get there. That's what a mentor is. A mentor is a person that has had success in whatever their endeavors are, and you look up to them and say, one day I can be like them or not better than them. And they're gonna help me get there. But if that person ain't got nothing that you want, why are you listening to them people? So that's what you got. That's why when I said you got to check the ego, because guess what? We got mentors right on this team. I am your mentor right on this team. And my goal is to help you get to these next levels, but you got to check the ego and follow the instructions that we give you. So Malik, with your numbers, I've seen your numbers go up. So Malik, first of all, what is your schedule right now? Because I've seen you just take off. So over the last conversation we've had, what's your schedule right now?
I haven't taken off yet. Um,
I get it.
no,
I like
no,
that. You haven't
I
taken
don't
off
know
yet.
what I literally don't know what you're talking about. I have not taken off yet.
Okay, you warming up the engine on the plane. You out to hit this
I like
runway.
this. I like to say I'm like bamboo. I like to be humble. Like honestly, I'm not trying to sound arrogant or nothing like that. But one of my faults, and I'm gonna be a little vulnerable. I allow my son's behavior. I allow his mother sometimes to get me distracted, and I just didn't. I just wasn't assertive and set the tone. So that's what I
Mm,
did today. I'm not going to let nothing, no one interfere with what I'm trying to do. Um, what I need to do is at 8:30, I have to do a better job at my schedule. Like right now, what I need to concentrate on is tracking everything,
mm,
because that's something I should be able to. I don't know what my average AP is, so I'm not taking off yet. Like when I started, the reason why I'm doing better because I started to track my business.
mm.
And that's just being arrogant and just trying to wing it. And you can't just, like I tell my son, you can't rely on your talent. You got to put in the work. And so,
So yeah.
that's so I haven't taken off yet. I don't even know what you're talking about, dude. I'm not where I want to be. So I'm just going to keep listening. Whenever I give people advice, I always tell them, look, don't listen to me. Listen to Kendall. Listen to the leaders. Like, because, I'm not where I want to be. And I make sure to make that clear. I don't mind helping you, but like, don't listen to me. Listen to, I'm just echoing what they do. But I
Mhm.
appreciate the compliment. I definitely do. But I'm not where I need to be.
You're not where you need to be. So
No,
Malik, what I'll do is I'm gonna find out what your average AP is to help you understand what your numbers are. But what leads right now, Malik? We had a discussion on leads, and you was telling me, Kendall, I do better with X, Y, Z. And I was like, I don't know, Malik. I think you should do this. But you stuck to your guns. So what leads are you working right now? And you've been
IULs.
having success.
What
And
I
you've been
did
having
is,
success.
yeah, IUL. I've been having the best success with IULs. I'm down to
And
two
what?
carriers, and I was a little annoyed because I went without, like, I didn't have any lead money.
Mm,
So I just said, the hell with it. I just went out and worked DoorDash, made enough money went and bought the dollar leads, closed one of them, and I just bought the agent lab leads.
All right, I want you to stop. Stop right there. Malik said he had no money, y'all. And he went out and did DoorDash to get the capital. Now, here we go back to humbling yourself. There you go. Malik was like, I'm gonna find the money. Let me go do DoorDash. Sometimes our ego won't let us do that. And one time we had to get on WIC. We had to get on WIC. And we going to the store. And it affected my ego. We go into the store 12, 1 o'clock in the morning, hoping nobody sees us. But Malik did what he had to do to get the capital to buy what? A dollar lead. Once he made the commission on that dollar lead, he ain't go buy nothing off or spend money on this. He went and took that money from the dollar lead and wound up buying real time.
No, I didn't
And
buy
then
real
he
time. I bought the agent lab leads, the
ain't
A's.
no- okay,
Yeah.
but you taking the money, you flipping it,
Yeah,
and
and
you
I
keep
just
flipping it.
closed one today, and I'm still not done. And so now I've made that money back. So I still got a couple more appointments lined up.
But you flipping the money. You
Yeah,
flipping
exactly.
it. So when we say this ain't working for me, are you doing what's necessary? Checking your ego and say, you know what? Maybe I do got to go do DoorDash. You've done it in the past. Maybe you got to go do it. Take that money and reinvest it back in this business so that you can get the ball rolling. But are we sitting here making every excuse on why I can't do it? So Malik, what's your goal in the next 90 days?
My goal of 90 days is I want to get to a point where I'm paying $400 a day and leads $2,000 a week. I'm just going to really focus on the lead flow. I told you that in the next 2 weeks. So my goal in the next 90 days is to deposit in my account 40,000.
And Malik, so let me tell you your average premium. So write this down. 1451.78. That's a good premium, Malik. So 1451.78. So what's your goal for this month of July?
30,000.
30,000. So we know your average premium is 1451.78. How many applications do you need to submit per week to hit that 30,000?
14. Let me see. 10. I would say anywhere from 5 to 10.
All right. So you said 5 to 7. We doing the math for you. Well, Malik, if your average premium is 1451.78, if you did 5 a week, that's about 7,285. That's why that times 4, that's 29,000. So you need about 5.5 applications a week. Ain't a lot.
I gotta go for 2 to 3 a day because if I'm gonna get one, I gotta go to 2 to 3 a
There
day.
you go. There you go. So you need 2 or 3 a day. All right. So 2 or 3 a day. That's perfect. I'm glad you said that. So how many leads you have a week buying right now?
I just bought 100, so I just closed
leads.
one. My goal is to get 4 of them closed.
Out
Yeah,
of 100. Okay.
yeah. I
Now,
gotta get 3 more to close. 3 more to close out the 100 because these leads are, like you told me, sometimes don't always get the oldest leads because you work more, you work smart. So that's the reason
Mhm.
why. That's the reason why once I closed that one, I was like, let me just put all this in there. And so I closed one, and I'm grateful. All praises to the Most High. Like I'm grateful, man. I'm grateful for you and everybody on here. Yeah, so that's the main thing. I bought 100, and right now my focus is all right. I got one. My goal tomorrow is to close 3 because I
Close
feel
3.
like I've been doing this for over 6 years, and I'm really like when I sit up and say I'm pissed off for greatness, it's not just words. Like I internalize that. Like I am pissed off because I know what I'm capable of, and I know what I've done in the past, and I know like when you say write down 3 things you did in your life when you was on top, like I know I've been that dude. Like when you sit up and say I am that dude, I can relate because I feel that same way about myself, but I just don't. I keep my mouth shut because I ain't earned this. I ain't earned my stripes like you earned your stripes.
But
Which is
Malik, let me ask this. Last week, how many applications you submit last week?
I actually did 1.
Week before that, how many did you do?
Yeah, it was about 3, but for the month, it was 3. Let me go back to May because I know the week. I think I did 3.
Yeah, you did 3. So was that the same 100 leads? Or was that a new 100? Like, was that 100 leads that got you those 3?
That wasn't the same one. I see the point.
No, I know it's not the same. I know it's not the same ones. I'm saying, did 100 leads get you 3 applications submitted? That's what I'm asking. Did
Yeah,
100 leads get you 3? Okay. So if you know 100 leads gonna get you 3 sales, you got 2 more sales in this pack of 100 that you got.
yeah.
That you got.
I'm gunning for 3.
All right, that's what I'm saying. So 100 leads got you 3. So this pack you already got 1. You should be able to get another 2 out of it, get 3. Team, what I'm trying to show y'all is this. If you get 100 age leads, you got to work them. You got to work the brakes off of them to get a sale. Out of that 100, it only get him 3 sales with age leagues. This is my point. Because now, once you make the money with the age leagues, you have to take the money and flip it on real-time leads, or you're gonna be working to death to get 3 sales on 100. You might spend out of those age leagues, 100 of them, you might spend $300. But the amount of time you putting in to get 3 sales, not making sense. Think about Malik's average sale is 1451. Imagine if he got real time leads, he got less time dialing, he got more people saying yes. Now he's doing not only 3 a week, because those new leads, he's gonna be doing 6 and 7 a week. What does he do with the old leads? He got some type of CRM. He dropped them 100 into a CRM. Let the CRM do what the CRM does. Send text to him, book appointments, all that other stuff while he's working the new leads. You have to have a plan to get out of the old leads. I don't know about y'all. Let's think about it this way. My first brand new car was my Cadillac. I always bought used cars. I had a used Acura, used Avalon, I had my dad's truck, used. My goal was to not buy used all my life. My goal was eventually buy a brand new car. My Tesla was used. Even though it was new, it was used. My goal, so your goal can't be rocking old leads forever. You want to get new. You know why new? Because new is going to give you quicker opportunities than the old. You know why you want to get a new car? Because you got warranties. And you ain't got to worry about whoever else dogged the crap out of it when you got a new off the showroom floor or they built it. Same thing with this business. You can't keep rocking the old because they've been beat up by somebody else. Somebody else talked to them. They talked to 100 agents. When it's new, they just did it. Malik, I've been waiting for you. How can you help me? So you got to graduate up to the new leads. And Malik, you right on track, man. Get those 3 out of this and then graduate. Graduate up to newer.
I gotta pay. I gotta pay everybody back. You name it, I gotta pay back. So, I'm not worried about it.
Don't worry about. Look. Are you behind on your car payment?
Not that much.
All right, you can hide the car. All right. What else you behind on?
Look, man.
Look, listen to me. Some of y'all worry about the wrong thing. Hide the car. You behind a payment. Hide it.
All right,
Hide
man.
it. Are they gonna come get the watch or whatever you bought? No. You ain't pay your property tax. What are they gonna do? Just accrue interest?
No.
Just work, make the money, stack the money, then start paying stuff back.
So
hide it. Hide it at the elementary school. Hide it in the mall. Hide it somewhere. Hide it in the garage. Anybody gonna know?
Well,
if
I'm having 1,400, all I gotta do is get 1 or 2 more clothes a week, and it won't even be a thing. Money and thing like
1 or 2 more clothes more week needs you to get more leads. Not
Correct.
paying on your bills. That's the problem. We make this money and we start paying bills, and then we still running them same old leads. Take that money, reinvest it back in, double it up. Now that 1,400 a week, you got 3 apps. Now I got 7 grand. I can start paying stuff off, but I'm buying new leads. Boom, I got the same 3. No, now I got another 6 grand. I can start paying stuff off. Now I'm at 12,000. Boom, same 4 or 5 a week. Guess what? I got another 7 grand. Now I'm at 19,000. Start paying. The problem is we make the money and we start paying stuff off. We start just paying stuff, and then when we come time, I ain't got no lead money because you spend all the money paying everything off.
They're not gonna repo your
I'm not
car.
saying this is not you.
Yeah.
I'm saying this to the team. Because
Right.
I see it happening. Agents don't buy leads every week. They make the money, they start paying stuff off, and then they ain't got money to buy leads, and they still running the same old leads. When all you gotta do is keep flipping. And before you know it, you sitting on 20,000. Then you start, you know what, let me go ahead and pay that off because I'm behind on that. Let me cover that. Oh, let me buy some more leads. Oh, I made more money. Let me buy some more lead. Oh, pay that off. Buy some more lead. Oh, pay that off. Buy some more lead. Well, you know it. You sitting on 70,000 in your bank account, and you paid off the credit card. The card's up to date. Everything's up to date. But if you take that money, make the money, and start paying stuff off, you have no ability to make more money because you spent all your capital in your business. And you say this ain't working. No, you're not working the way it's supposed to because you're not listening. So that's not to you, Malik. I'm just talking to the masses as a whole. So
Yeah,
I appreciate you, man.
Your car ain't gonna get repoed unless it's 50 days behind.
And if it is, you hide it.
And ain't gonna get that. That's not gonna happen. I just gotta get one. If I hit my minimum 3 to 100, I can do everything I want to do.
Exactly. You're gonna hit it. It's not if, you are.
Well, I'm gonna do it tomorrow. Like I'm gonna get more out of this batch. Like,
Okay. I know.
yeah,
I know you are. I know you are. But Malik, I appreciate you, man.
thanks,
You
man.
can talk
Appreciate
forever.
you.
We can talk forever. We can talk forever. This is
Oh, forever, man.
time for somebody else. All right, man. All right, who else wants to share what they got out of it? Do you know your numbers? I don't see somebody on the screen I wanted to pick on.
Hey, Kendall,
Let's
what's
see.
the formula for knowing your numbers? How far you go back? What's the formula for that?
What's the formula? You need to
Yeah.
know how much you submit and what your AP is. Therefore, you can track your goals going forward
How far you go back? Or you just
for this year, like this year. What you
this
done
year?
this year? What you done this year? We ain't
This
talking
year.
about last year. We talking what have you done this year? Total issue paid, and how
Total
many
issue paid.
applications you submitted. How many applications you submitted, and you divide it. That'll give you your average monthly premium. Once you know that monthly premium, you know what you're getting per application.
How do we see that? You got that information, or how do we see that?
You don't know how to go to the IP report? Does everybody
No.
have access to the IP report?
Kendall, do you also have to know your close ratio?
Nah, not right now. You don't.
Okay.
Where do you go again?
FamilyFirstLife.com.
Mhm.
Issue pay report. Once you go to issue pay report, you put up your name. Your name should come up in the front.
Wait,
It
hold
should
on.
show life. It should show life premium. And I pull up Jonathan's numbers, and Jonathan does this part time. He ain't doing it full time. I take Jonathan's numbers. It brings him up. Right now he's at 89,000. So you take 89,000 divided by 59. I know
All
he
right.
got a high AP. I know he got a high AP.
So premium divided by apps.
His AP is 1,500 per application. For those that don't know who that is, he used to be the all-time leading producer in FFL before
Wait.
Steve Giordano. He was the
Wait.
first one to roll $1 million
Wait,
before Steve Giordano. Yo, so you haven't done nothing yet.
I
Who is
have.
that?
Tola.
Who is that? It should show zero. It shouldn't show zero. It shouldn't show the numbers you just started though. It hasn't showed your issue numbers yet.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's based on issue. It's based on when they pull premium. Your
Mhm.
issue numbers aren't shown yet. We haven't showed week 3, 4, and 5 yet.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, that's why yours is zero right now. So that's how you determine that. Now, Jacqueline, to understand your closing ratio, then you go back to out of this lead pack, how many am I submitting a week? That's when you start looking at how many presentations did I do to get X, Y, Z. You gotta know your presentations now. Right now, we just touching on leads and sales submitted to get even more finite. Okay, closing. How many people did I talk to get X? How many sales? How many people did I talk to get these sales? Once you know that, you can take it to a whole new level. But you got to be able to talk to some people first before you even can get that.
You went to that screen, man. I'm on my integrity right now.
It's not under integrity. It's under HCMS. If y'all have not gone through your website, I mean the back office, y'all not running a business. Everybody has the same back office, same information, same stuff. If you're not going through, you ain't running a business, especially if you've been here longer than a year.
I
You
have a
should be able to
question.
go in there and know this stuff.
I'm on my family for I'm in HMS. Where do I go
Mhm.
next?
There's a drop
Gateway.
down,
It
just so
says
they
Okay.
so they know. Just so they know, Kendall, there's a drop down when they go into the gate. When you go into Gateway and you go into your IP, when you hit the drop down breaks down everything for you. So the numbers are there. So you don't have to calculate it. It'll let you know what your best month was, your average annual premium during that month. Like it breaks it down for you.
Okay, but walk me through that because I'm on family. I'm on my HMS.
Everybody has this capability.
Mm.
All that's there. That's the after hour stuff that you have to do as a business owner. But we say we run the business and we don't know nothing about none of that stuff. He said, Kim, how'd you know? I went through and played around with it. I figured it out.
Yeah, I just wanted Brett to know. So you saw where Kendall had his production right up under where it said Personal Hall of Fame. There's a drop down that says show more or show less. It's a graph. If you hit that, that's going to break down your weekly production, your monthly production. It'll show everything that Kendall's going over. You'll see it on a graph, and then you'll be able to see your number, your monthly production, your annual premium, all the information that he was sharing. I just want to make sure he didn't miss that.
Well, I think it's just a question. Like, can y'all raise your hand or drop a 1 in the fire in the chat if you are tracking on the client production sheet? client production tracker? Are you tracking your everything that you sell? Do you have a client production tracker? Because I was doing some one-on-ones and I was really shocked that some people they're not tracking. And I'm not saying your own system. I'm talking about the one that Kavarka and I had a Kavarka clean, she modified and got some tweak because I asked Kendall because I think for us to really know where our niche is, what we're good at, to even have even Malik, I'll pick on him for a second, like he really didn't know. You could at least look at your last month or two, if you had your client tracker to just kind of see, all right, this is how much I did for the month, at least submit it. And it will give you can take the number, divide it by how many policies you wrote, and it'll give you your average as well. And then you can cross-reference the IP report to see actually what issue, what paid out, et cetera. But if you have your client tracker, you should be, it will help you to know and track your business just a little bit better. So I just kind of wanted to point that out because we work really hard to make sure that the formulas and everything are right so that all the agents can have it from year to year. But a lot of people just don't use it. And I'm like, it's the easiest thing to use. And you can look at it at a quick glance. So just wanted to kind of throw that out there.
I have a question. What type of numbers are you guys tracking? The reason why I asked is because I have a built-in CRM that I'm using, and what I'm currently tracking right now is the number of dials I'm making, the number of contacts I make, the sum of the number of presentations I have, number of closes I have, and then the number of issued AP I'm making. Okay.
Right. When it comes to your own personal numbers, yeah, you should be tracking, number of dials you're making. What CRM you talking about? You talking about Onyx CRM?
Yeah, on the
total?
Onyx CRM, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. The number you should know. And then we had the John Whitmore tracker. So you should be tracking how many dials you're making, closes. Submitted apps, yes, but ultimately you're tracking the issue paid
Issue
premium,
apps,
like
yeah.
what issues. So those things, in order to level up, you still got to start out knowing what your AP is. If you don't know your average premium, you're not going to hit any goal that you set for yourself.
Right.
You got to know what the average premium is. You got to know whether it's, because then we can look at it, if somebody's average premium is $59 an app, which means it's $600, $700, then we got to be like, okay, you must be talking to a lot of kid policies. Are you lowball selling, or you're not top down selling? Therefore, you're getting these low APs. So in order for you to hit 30,000, you got to do double the work, or we got to teach you how to top down sell because you're going straight for. Person said they wanted 10,000, you're going straight for 10,000 instead of showing them 50,000 and then bringing them down to something they say, you know what, actually. I could do. I want 15,000. It's only $80 a month. I'll take that. So that's the reason why you got to know your numbers, because if you don't know your numbers, then how can I coach you if you don't know your numbers? Because if you come to me and say, hey, I want help, I want to level up in this business, and I say, what's your numbers? Any other coach, any other agency owner is gonna say buy more leads. That's all they're gonna say. They're not gonna break it down like I did with Brandon and with Malik. They're going to tell you, buy more leads, make more dials. And if you think I'm lying, how many of y'all ever heard somebody say that? From the stage, just buy more leads, make more dials. Buy more leads, make more dials. Stick to a schedule, buy more leads, make more dials. They don't break it down to what your numbers are. See, me saying buy more leads, make more dials is generalized coaching. It's taking poo, throwing it at the wall because it's going to stick. But me breaking your numbers down to what you can see they are, it shows you a plan on how to get to that next level. And that's why we do what we do. That's why I do what I do. Behind the scenes, I'm looking at everybody's stuff and I'm saying, how can we help this person get better? But it starts with you wanting to get better first. The excuses got to go out the window. And the ego got to stop too. The ego got to stop. Are we at the top of the hour? Any leader want to add anything before we shut it down? Anybody got any other questions, comments? We will have a discussion on the level you are in this business, even as her, because you're a liability to yourself as well as to our business. So now this is business. This is business over feelings, but it's time for us to do stuff differently in order for us to level up. And if I lose a few of you because You don't like what I said, you know, it just wasn't meant for you. I'm sorry, I'm not going to apologize because I want to level this team up. But if you want to ride with us and ride to greatness, come on, let's ride. Well, you ain't going to find a better team than this one. So appreciate you. We'll be on the call tomorrow morning. Morning Mindset, bright and early.